Sagittarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late February 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for my lovely Saggies. I hope you're all doing fabulous, my friends. I'm sure you are. Let's get it going, my guides. Talk to me about Sagittarius. And yeah, we're just going to look at this first card real quick, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. Let's get this first card out here. What's up with my Saggies, please? My fellow fire signs, what's up? Thank you. All right, so, just as I say fellow fire signs, we get a card that is very much like water signs. This one always reminds me of the Queen of Cups, so this could be a very powerful emotion showing up front and center. Now, before we fully dive into that, Saggy, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the February subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But into the reading, enough of the promo, have a little look here. So to me, it just gives that vibe, right? Like this feels like the Queen of Cups to me. So for a portion of you, this could be a very prominent water sign in your life playing a key role in this time. If that's not it, like I was saying, it's creative, it's artistic, but it's emotional, loving, caring, nurturing. And emotion in general could just be very powerful in this time. Okay, so whether it's things that you're feeling, things that you're wanting to express, like this is a very powerful feeling on the inside. The only thing we have to watch out for with Queen of Cups energy, because usually it's mostly positive and loving, is the energy of repression. So for a portion of you, there could be something you're trying to like push down or repress or not speak about, but let's just see how it plays out in the reading itself. I did have the Queen of Cups in another fire sign reading this week, Aries to be specific. But let's get you 3 tarot cards out here, then we'll get the intuitive juiciness flowing. Let's shuffle it up, see what we got for Saggy. And I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. So let's see what we got for my friends. So last week's reading was a little different than what the readings usually turn out like. It was literally titled, They Need Help. Now, I do always try my best to keep the readings and titles very simplistic, but it did feel like somebody that really needed some sort of assistance in some way. Okay, whether you felt like you needed help with something or someone around you was trying to get yours, that was a big vibe I was getting. So that energy could bleed over into this week. But let's get you 3 cards. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you. Let's get 3. What do we got for Saggy, please? All right, thank you. Okay, we have the Magician in position number 1. I like that. I always like when readings start off with a powerful major arcana like this. So let's get that Magician into place. Let's get 2 more. Creating, manifesting, building. You could be, all right, the unexpected showing up here. We have the 2 of Swords. That's another repeat card. I think I saw that in Aries as well. Let's get 1 more out here for you, Saggy. Then we'll start breaking it down. What do we got for Saggy, please? Now the deck is being specific. Thank you. Okay, you're going to have a bonus here. Okay, there's action showing up here. We have Judgment. And I'm feeling like there could also be some sort of important communication coming in as well, because your bonus card this week is that Page of Cups. So we'll tuck him in right over there between the crystals. And let's talk about it. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get the juicy intuitive stuff. So at first glance, when I look at this spread, there are 2 very powerful cards here with the Magician and Judgment, sandwiching this 2 of Swords, this mystery card. But let's work our way through. The Magician in position number 1. This is the bookend energy to the High Priestess. So it could be anything involving, you know, psychic, intuitive. The Magician is all about creation, though, manifesting, creating. All right. So to me, I always say like your powers of creation could be extra heightened in this time. So try to keep the thought process as baseline as possible. You could have an extra interest in spiritual topics. You could have an extra interest in ritualizing things as well. But I do like this. Now, every card has a positive and a negative. The rougher side of the Magician obviously could represent somebody who's into the darker side of spirituality, or someone who's like, I don't want to say putting curses out there, but the evil eye, things like that. We're not going to go that route just yet. The Magician can also represent control, like very controlling individuals or control in general. So moving over though, I don't want to get too hung up there. We have the Two of Swords right here in position number 2, splitting the reading in half. This is one of my biggest cards of mystery, the unknown, the unexpected. Of course, like all twos, it could represent being at a fork in the road. Do I go left? Do I go right? What do I do here? A little indecisiveness. It could be a little confusion as well. But to me, since the person is hoodwinked and it's in the nighttime, I always see this as a big card of mystery. The unknown, the unexpected, the surprising. So this could be a very important card, okay? Especially as we get down to the clarifiers, all right? So I really want to get more detail on that. Interesting, though, that it's right next to this big card of movement, action, and change. So a lot of you could be experiencing various different changes, big, powerful ones in this time. On the back end, we have judgment. Okay? It could be literal judgment. So you might be making a judgment call about a person, place, or thing. You might be putting something to action, getting something going, okay? When I see this card, I think of Plutonian change-based transformative energy when judgment shows up, but it is an action card. It's like explosive action and change. So we really want to see what it is. It's angelic as well. So when I see angelic cards in the spread, I always have to give the message that like, hey, Spirit might be wanting to reaffirm to you or retell you that you have someone watching over you, or you have multiple individuals watching over you from that other side, if you believe in it, of course. If not, this is more about action, change, and literal judgments. Now, as your bonus, we got the Page of Cups. Pages could represent students, messengers, conversations, and talks. This can also represent age differences or even children. So if it's not a water sign, it could be any of those things. But the Page of Cups is somebody wanting to get emotion off their chest. So it's interesting that it's right next to all this. There could be very interesting communications in this time. I want to dive deeper on all of it though, Saggy. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, so let's get a good shuffle here. What's going on with Sagittarius, please? And a few weeks ago, we did have this unpredictable, unexpected energy as well. Let's see what we got. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Magician. And yes, Saggy, if you're a reader, you can play along. That's why this box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to the Sagittarius Collective, you could drop it down in the box. I don't mind at all. All right, Magician time. What do we got? What's up with this creation? Thank you. Devil. Okay, so I do want to give all of you that warning that you really need to get yourself right energetically and spiritually. You need to keep yourself locked down, keep yourself energetically protected in this time, because unseen things could be trying to tempt you or test you in different ways. So I do feel like this is more of a spiritual, energetic warning here with the Devil underneath this Magician. This could be somebody in your life that is extremely controlling. If they don't get their way, you're going to have a bad time type of energy. Now, for a portion of you with the Devil in the upright under this Magician, stay away from anything on the dark side of spirituality, of course. But it's interesting how these two cards kind of play off each other, right? With Judgment, the Devil, there could be some sort of back and forth going on within you. With the Devil here under the Magician, keep your mind state as clear as possible, because this could be somebody who's having like bad thoughts, intrusive thoughts. For a portion of you, if you're connected to Capricorn, I mean, maybe they're a little detail-oriented and a little controlling about things, but I do feel like this is a warning here up front, okay? Just like keep yourself protected. Watch out for yourself energetically, specifically. So we're going to keep moving forward. I don't want to like really stay on this too long. I think you get the point of what I'm going at. Let's go in on that Two of Swords. Definitely a warning there. So why is that Two of Swords here? Thank you. Six of Cups. Okay, I've been seeing this for other signs recently as well, like the past coming back. Something returning here with the Six of Cups. Whether it's a person, a behavior, a situation even, there could be some sort of return that you don't see coming. There could be somebody that tries to circle back as well. Now, for anyone new to me as a reader, I don't specifically just do love, but for a portion of you, this can be an old like romantic attachment, of course. But the Six of Cups to me is a card of memories, the past, history. So when I see it underneath this Two of Swords, if it's not some sort of soul bond, soulmate connection, I do feel like for a portion of you, the past could make an unexpected return or come back around here. Okay, whether it's a person wanting to do it energetically or a person literally doing it. There could be someone that wants to have a talk with you, a conversation, okay, with the way I'm seeing this, or somebody that wants to speak to you for whatever reason. So there might be some sort of unexpected or surprising return here. We're going to go in on Judgment, see how it all plays out. Okay. Maybe there could be somebody trying to manifest you into their life or back into their life. Let's go in on that Judgment. This is really interesting this week, Saggy. And of course, only take it if it hits, all right? You could check your other alignments too. Okay, yeah. So we have the Lovers in the upright underneath Judgment. So, and I always find it intriguing when we have the Lovers and the Devils here. If you kindly look in this box before we start breaking it down more, these cards, the Devil and the Lovers, are kind of almost identical in their imagery. Like you got the two individuals, then the spiritual, the two individuals, then the spiritual. I do feel like a lot of you are very much energetically and angelically protected here. Okay, so keep those up, keep that going. Maybe say a few prayers, put your intentions out, because this angelic energy will win over that. Now, Judgment Call, a lot of you might really need to make a decision about some sort of connection. Okay, whether it is one from the past that comes back around, whether it is a current one. When we have the Lovers underneath Judgment, you might literally have to make a judgment about some sort of connection or person you're connected to. Now, it doesn't just have to be romantic. It could be a friend. Maybe there's something about this friendship that's a little off, or something about this romance that's a little bit off. I'm not going to tell you what to do or how to do it, but a decision might need to be made. However, I do feel like this very powerful protection energy as well. Okay, so you are being protected, but there are things that could come back up or resurface, bubble back with this week's spread. Okay, and I would urge you guys to really look into these cards further, because they're very, very powerful. That's another thing I need to say. And we have multiple cards of soulmates, right? We have the Lovers, the Six of Cups, even the Devil with the two people could represent soulmates in some sort of way, and all the clarifiers are in that realm of close emotional connections. Let's do a quick recap here, then we'll get into the shadow card. This is an interesting one, Saggy, but if you look in the box, position number one, we have the Magician with the Devil in the upright. Like I was saying, please keep yourself protected energetically. Don't dabble in anything on the dark side of spirituality, but please just try to keep your mind state level. Don't overthink bad things, because that could affect your manifesting and creating here. But yeah, please just keep yourself protected. That's a warning here, an energetic or spiritual one. Moving to the center, we have the Two of Swords with the Six of Cups in the upright, and I did feel like something, somebody, a situation, or an issue resurfacing, bubbling back up. So just know that there could be a surprising or an unexpected return of something moving forward. Now, to the back end, we have this beautiful blast of angelic energy, like sealing this off. We have Judgment with the Lovers. All sorts of very close soul connections and soul lessons showing up in this week's spread, but you might need to make a firm decision on somebody that you are very closely attached to emotionally, whether it be romantic or a friend. There might be some sort of connection you're in that you might need to decide to keep it in your life or move forward from it. Okay, obviously that could be somebody else. We have different zodiac signs showing up. We have Gemini, we have water signs, we have Capricorn. So please take a screenshot and look into that further. I'm going to get you one shadow card. Interesting reading this week, Saggy. I feel like there's a lot going on, and there's so much major arcana here. Very, very powerful. But let's get you one shadow card. I'm still using the Shadowland Tarot for this portion. I love this part. I like to just put a cherry on top of every reading. Let's get you one. What do we got in the shadows for Saggy, please? Thank you. Yeah, Nine of Wands, being protective. This is the Wounded Warrior card showing up in the shadows. So usually I say when the shadow side of this card comes up, not to be overprotective or anything like that. But with what we saw in the spread itself, I feel like this is another little shot in the arm from Spirit saying, like, look after yourself, watch out for yourself, be this Nine of Wands type of energy in the coming days and weeks. Okay, be a little skeptical sometimes. That's okay to do. All right, when when we see the wounded warrior, it's somebody who's been through a lot of mess. They don't want to be through it again. So this could be a warning from Spirit about repeating cycles and repeating mistakes. Okay, Saggy? So interesting stuff we got going on here. Take from it what you will. But yeah, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the February subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the January subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after this week's Fire and Air readings. But for February, I've decided to run it back. Once again, we're doing 2 copies of the most adorable deck in all the land, the Smith Tiny Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments which card from this week's reading you thought was most adorable. You'll be entered to win. And at the end of February, the winners will be in the community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you next time.